How to know that a girl hates you. The only way to truly know if someone hates you is to have them tell you so, but there are some definite things that can give you an idea. Body language is incredibly important to pay attention to, and so are the words and the tone of voice a girl uses. Read her face. Although this isn't a perfect method, a lot of what people feel is expressed in their face. Faces can show a lot. She might always squint her eyes when angry, so if she does whatever physical action that you know she does in a certain mood, that is most definitely helpful. There are lots of other different things you can look for. Usually, just having one of these won't mean that the girl hates you, but having more than one can indicate that there is dislike on her part. 1. Crinkling her nose could be an expression of disgust at your presence, unless, of course, there is a bad smell. 2. Narrowed eyes, or eye rolling when you're around, especially if you're speaking. 3. If she doesn't make eye contact with you, that could mean she is shy, but it could also be an indicator of dislike. Look at her body language. Body language is another good indicator, although you have to remember that it is not an exact science. Look at what she is telling you and how she physically reacts to your presence. It can tell you a lot about how she's feeling about you. 1. Arms crossed over the chest is often considered a closed-off gesture. 1. There's a possibility if she stands or sits with her arms crossed across her chest when she's around you that she's trying to keep away from you. 1. Of course, some people simply stand that way, so the gesture, taken by itself, might not mean anything. 2. Another good thing to look for is if she's consistently turning away from you. 2. If she's not meeting your eyes and angling her body in a direction away from you, it could be that she wants you to leave her alone and she's seeking some way to escape from you. 3. Keep in mind that there aren't any universal, definitive body language cues that can tell you what a girl is thinking. 3. Some women are proactive, while others are simply more passive or reserved. Notice how her friends act. Chances are, if she hates you, she'll have told her friends so. They'll be looking to protect her, because they will be on her side. Watching how her friends behave towards, like if they ignore you when you try to talk to them, you will give you a pretty good indication of her feelings. 1. If you both are at a party and you are trying to get across to her, but keep finding her friends running interference and stopping you from talking to her, that's a pretty good sign that she wants nothing to do with you. 2. If you two are somewhere by yourselves and her friends keep popping to drag her away, or interrupt, that's another pretty good sign that she might dislike you and her friends are trying to protect her from having to be around you. 3. If you see her smirking and laughing with her friends while looking at you, that's another good sign that there's some dislike on her side. 3. Of course she might not be looking at you, but if it happens consistently, and with the other signs, that's a pretty clear signal of dislike. Notice how she behaves towards you. Obviously there is more to her behavior than just her body language. Her actions will also help you figure out how she's feeling about you and whether she hates you. 1. Every time you try to talk to her, she pulls a Houdini and disappears. 1. This means that the minute you try to speak to her, she's managed to be somewhere else. 1. Now, if this only happens once or twice, that doesn't mean anything, but if it happens more than that, it's likely that she doesn't like you, or is upset about something. 2. She never answers when you call or text. 2. This is a big one, because it's pretty easy to shoot back even a quick text and reply, but if she never replies to you, or if she replies only in one-word answers, that's a good sign that something is up. Notice how she behaves about shared plans. 1. If the two of you have made plans together, even simple things like a coffee shop study session, or other, and she always manages to hedge about needing you for the plans, that's a good sign that she doesn't want to spend time with you. 1. If she blows off plans by not showing up and doesn't say anything, or apologize, again she probably doesn't want to spend time with you. 2. If she's constantly forgetting plans, then she isn't wanting to spend time with you. 2. Some people are pretty flaky, but not that flaky. 3. Remember, this doesn't necessarily mean that she hates you. 3. You might annoy her by pestering her to do things with you, or she might be completely indifferent to you. Listen to her tone of voice. Tone of voice is a huge indicator of someone's feelings. It doesn't matter what they are saying, because people lie or say things they don't mean all the time, but the feelings often come through how she says things. Notice what words she uses. The words she uses can often tell you how she's feeling, even if she doesn't come right out and say, "I hate you," since few people actually do that. However, if she is saying, "I hate you," and she's serious about it, that's another great sign that she does, indeed, hate you. Even though she might not have told you directly that she hates you, it's likely that she's told other people, like her friends, or even some of her acquaintances. Ask around to see what she's been saying, if anything, about you.